bounce you round if you useless. I make a living rhyming, same job as Dr. Seuss's. People only give to give back, that's recoupment. Always have their two hands out, like they. My new thing is you ain't even gotta be my new chick. You can just pull up and hang out and be a new friend. Or I can show you how to train the dragon like. And either way, it ain't gotta be love. What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can be tough, so I need you more and more. You need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I'll be alright. In my dreams, you need to stay with me all night till I sleep. I'm feeling great, I'll be alright. In my dreams.
Yeah. So every morning after snoring, yes, I yearn for you. Thought it wasn't super serious, but now it's too much. I got a disease, so with ease, let go with the clutch. You got the pedal to the metal and you're revving me up.
So slow down, I got a 2-car garage, so we can go and make sounds that...
Call you Dale, cause you weren't hearts. I'll be Tracy Chapman in the fast car.
What is this love? What are we waiting for? Life can...
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Now somebody has got to get that first win of the season. It's a battle of 0-3 teams as we're away in week 4. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he gets him about 3 yards here on the game's first offensive snap.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. On one, right? Really create some indecision now defensively.
Here we go. 11, Sahad. 180, Sahad.
Give on seconds, it's Brown. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Putting the tight end in motion. 3rd and short, it's Burrow. He's got Gesicki complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Sahad. 180. Sahad.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Fits it through the middle. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, I love that.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal.
Gun. 11. Hey, can. Stop.
Brown crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's R.J. Harvey on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stopped by the rookie that time, Demetrius Knight.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Next kick out wide, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
He gets it out left, and it's gone. And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Captain. Oh, my son. Ready. Bombers.
The 4th down snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 33. A gifted Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Joe. Oh, my son. Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, they've been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force them into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
They're going for it. It's Nix. And they got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Here we go. Right, 80. Stop.
First down carry for Brown. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of 1. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin.
Here we go.
They have second down behind the sticks. Burrow from the gun. Finds him over the middle. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11, mighty. Right 80. Right side. Stop.
Brown on the inside give. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
Trying it right side with P-Ron. Has some room to work. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 13-0 lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Harvey now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Oh, I said.
It's Nix out of the pistol. They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. 35 on the pickup. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
1st and 10.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
17 yards. That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And now bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackle tries to meet him in the hole.
And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Goes 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Nix from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Rock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for in the call sheet.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Gun. Shot. 180. 20 shot. Shot.
Burrow out of the shotgun.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
It's set. Shot. 180. Shot.
Here's Burrow. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Now they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving
Here we
it.
go. 11. 180. Shot.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. This connects with Higgins. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Here we go. Stop.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Harvey now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Oh, my son. Joe. Ready. Olay.
Nix looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Nix. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Decker makes the play. And the Bengals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
I'm wondering.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. 11, 11.
Now again, it's Brown headed right. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. 2nd and goal coming up from the 7.
Here we go, here we go. 12, 12, 12.
He gets it again. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves them a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up.
It's now 3rd and
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
180. 180.
On 3rd and goal, here's Burrow. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals continue piling onto this lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Harvey now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Almost set. Ready. 180.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Fails to find his running back. And now it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Kyle Duggar hauling him down. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
So wet it down. Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Harvey now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10.
Almost set. Ready. 180.
Knicks now to throw. Rolling out to his left. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready. 180.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Good pickup, but he's denied that 1st down. The stop comes at the 32-yard line. Dose of the hurry up here.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Away.
Knicks now, 3rd and 1. And the defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's 4th down.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th.
Almost set. Ready. 180. 11. 10. Captain.
They're going for this. On the move, headed right. He connects downfield. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. To throw, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
10 at the 15-yard line.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. This will give here to Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Here's Nix. They're trying to set up the screen. Dobbins. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Nix. Forced out to his right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual-threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
Ready. 180.
Going on 4th. Here's Nix. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. DJ Turner comes up with it.
This is one of the toughest tests yet of this game for the defense so far, Kate. Boy, not only did they hold up, but they turned some momentum with that interception in the end zone.
Gun.
This drive will begin with a run by Brown. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
1st down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Here we go. 180.
They'll run again with Brown. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
On 1, ready?
3rd and just 2 to go.
12. Let's get set. 180. Hot.
They've got a man in motion. Burrow throwing here, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Stop.
On the ground, Brown. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Bengals football, Brock, and they have got to be happy about the lead that they have built so far. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 11 and Stop.
Here's Brown again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Stop. Wide in. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. It's caught. Chase has it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-out completion that nets them the first down.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Here we go. What?
Now it's Brown. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Gun. Dot.
Brown gets it again here on 2nd. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on 3rd.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet. It gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Good set. 180. Stop.
Brown on the carry. And this drives him back out of field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow setting the throw. Finds Chase on the slant. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Going with Brown on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Bengals nearing their first win of the season. First down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
They'll try it right with Brown. Works this back towards the middle, Brock, and that thought worked out. Winds up with a gain of 8. 8 yards on that play, and they only have 1 now to go on 3rd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
Short yardage run here for Brown. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be 4th and short. The lead looks safe, but the penalty's staying down. They're going for this.
Gun. Stop. 180. 180. Stop.
Now we'll give up the middle to Piron. And he is stuffed at the line. They don't get the yard they need, and they're going to catch a breather. They turn it over on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Throwing here, Nix. Finds a seam down the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They strike for 23 yards. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
At the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Buys time, rolling right. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Portland Sutton, the man he was after. And that'll bring up second down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw in the coverage too many times, you're going to win interceptions.
Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. On third down, here's Nix. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Unable to connect with his running back. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
You know, it's a point of emphasis and practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Desperation time here. Oh no, they get him yet again. Demetrius Knight has it. And the Bengals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Here we go, here we go.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
180. Place hot.
Here's a design run. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And this thing of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out.